Hello, welcome to Just One More Story Farm. My name's Yannick and I'm here today to show you what I have set up in my chicken coop. So I have behind me my chicken coop that I use for 12 chickens. I have 8 hens and then I have 2 roosters in there, a cockerel and a pullet. So they all live in there very happily actually. So I'm going to show you how I designed it, set it up, just using a 12 by 12 foot shed that we had on the property, and we converted it into a chicken coop. A few of the things that we're going to talk about today is how I set up where their food is, where I put their nesting boxes, and just some of the different features of the chicken coop. So come along.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you want to farm a wicked awesome farm? Watch this channel to learn what to do. We love to farm and we'll show you. Yeah, welcome to our show. Just one more story farm.
Okay, so we turned the shed doors into double doors to have options for wintertime, bad weather. We also made a hardwire cloth half door for the top for ventilation. They can use this ladder that we built to climb up to the nesting box area. The nesting box area we just used to be able to use these bins for them to lay eggs inside of. We filled them each with hay and just cut some little holes for them to go in there. They also use this ladder to get up onto a perch that we have above here because the majority of them sleep up in the loft. They have a beam across the top there that they roost on, and then they also have another beam here that they roost on as well. And so you'll see I've got a big bag hanging for fly control as well as rodent repellent to help keep the mice out. As far as feeding stations, because I have quite a few chickens in here, I have 2 feeding stations. I have their food there in the red and white container. I also have food on the opposite side over here. This is prevent them fighting over food. Also over here I have a little alfalfa hay there, oyster shells, and some grit. Next to the feeding station they have shed window, which some of the chickens like to perch on the windowsill as well, but that helps with ventilation. We put some gable vents in at the top just for extra circulation, because circulation of the air is really necessary with chickens. For bedding I use mostly shavings, but I also do use some hay in the nesting boxes as well. We're just getting into the cold season in the fall here in Massachusetts, so I'm just starting to do the deep layer method and adding in layers of shavings as we go to build that up. And overall the chickens seem really happy with how this is set up. Where we built up these nesting boxes here, underneath we do have this extra area. I do store my bench, so I use that bench to be able to reach up into the loft for cleaning purposes. It's nice to have this small area under here. You'll see I have some chicken wire here. This I actually use when I have a brooding hen. I will move her nesting box down into here and close that off so that she can have some privacy from the other hens. I do find when I have a broody hen that the other mothers tend to try to keep checking in on her and disturbing her and sometimes trying to take her eggs. So I find it's better for her to have her own little maternity ward, if you will, so that nobody's picking on the baby chick until they're bigger and ready to join the flock. At the bottom of each of the doors I did put some metal in that for extra enforcement to make sure that no rodents try to chew their way in through the door. Keeping the feed up off of the ground also helps. During the day, once the chickens are out, I close this up. And then the chickens are able to jump up on top here, jump in and out as needed. They use this pallet here to kind of climb up and fly up as they choose to go in and out for food and water. It serves as a really good barrier to keep our rabbit population that we have around here in Massachusetts from going in and helping themselves. As I back up here, you will see I have a security camera here that lets me know anytime there's any sort of movement. I get an alert, so that lets me know if I have any predator problem, which thankfully we haven't had any issues with. We have an owl. I highly recommend an owl for your coop. So this guy, his head turns, the little bobblehead that'll turn with the wind. It works out really good to protect from hawks. We used to have a lot of hawks in this area, but once we got this owl, the hawks stopped flying over our area, and so that's really helped. We haven't had any issues with the chickens being bothered by it. They seem to just accept it as part of the barn. So that's our coop. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you got some ideas for what you'd like to do with your coop. I also wanted to show you my other chicken coop, so that's going to be in a future video, as well as our goat shed. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button down below, and also if you want to see more videos like that, hit that subscribe button that you see in red down below as well. By doing that, you're really helping support our channel, which we really appreciate. We are going to be putting out more videos in the future, so stay tuned, and we'd love to see you again following our channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're learning to farm like me. There is so much more to see. If you're planning on heading elsewhere, Bangor UE, yeah, yeah, yeah. This really is the place to be. What are you waiting